Hello, hello, and welcome to a unique news break with quick bite intentions. Okay, yeah, you heard me right. I've got good intentions for this to be as quick as they have been. So, this is about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion tweet speak. All right, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Plus, second channel announcement coming right up right afterwards. So be sure to listen from here and all the way till the end to hear the second channel announcement. All right, and what you are looking at right now, right here, is Mr. Andy Cohen, the, host, the usual host, who some say, and I am one of them, I am one of the some, that says that he is about time he be replaced. So he met me halfway by allowing Nicki Minaj, with all of her queendom, to come and host the fourth edition of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Now, it was pretty epic, being that no one besides Andy has ever hosted before. And she's a well known female artist, rapper. Okay, so it was pretty epic. And with that queendom that she brought and epicness that she brought came tweets. First up is Andy. So I don't know what I expected of Andy. All right. But what I did was I went to Twitter right after the show just to see what the people in the show was saying. So let's start with Andy. Like I said, I don't know what I expected, and I'm glad because I didn't get much. All he did was that day he just said, "Good morning. There's a big night tonight," and then he listed the shows that were having a big night. Nicki Minaj on Real Housewives of Potomac reunion tonight, the premiere of Portia Family Matters. Then I'm live with Portia for Real on Bravo. Watch what happens. That's right, you just seen her. Ushered in was Karen, okay? And what she said was, "People come for me all the time, they just don't find me." I was like, I heard that girl. I heard that girl. Okay, people come for me all the time, they just don't find me. Just like I did not find any meaningful tweets from her. She ended up being retweet central. So all of hers were just retweets of what someone else tweeted. And the only original was, "Thanks for the support, little lady. Mommy loves you, Raven." All right. And that is so cute. So cute. So cute. That's all the way to the right. Okay. Where they are taking a full body picture in front of the infamous couch. This right here is Karen at one point while Nicki Minaj was asking questions. And this captured how I was feeling at some points. It was like, oh my God, I know she didn't just say that, but I can't not look. You know what I'm saying? So I had to throw that in. That was tweet worthy. Here come Miss Darby, Barbie, according to Michael Darby, I guess. Hers, of course, said, "I don't really feel like that's really my home anymore." Check this out. Girl, I don't either. Okay. I don't feel like Real Housewives of Potomac is her home anymore either. Now, that wasn't tweeted, but it should have been. One fan tweeted, "Nicki Minaj asking Ashley if she was being Giselle's messy puppet because she didn't have a storyline this season. I'm screaming." Then it shows an image of a woman in a wheelchair falling over. Yeah, my sentiments exactly. Here's the thing. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Now, at least Karen retweeted. All right. She had retweet central on lock. She retweeted as much as her fingers could retweet. Miss Darby didn't do none of that. She didn't do none of that. The last, let me see. She had penned thin now forever justice, love, and equality for all. I'm a member of the community, but even if I weren't, my beliefs would be the same. Okay. In her bio, because you know everybody gets to describe themselves or give a little bio, she has on there that she is a RHOP star, honey. Okay, then you gone, girl. She assigned her own self. She is the, well, let me take that back. I was going to say she's the star. She didn't say the. She just said star. RHOP star. Okay, girl. Why wouldn't the star tweet anything? There was Robin. There was Robin. Okay. I guess that's what happens when you marry somebody in the NBA instead of someone with an MBA. Well, hey, I don't know when she said that, but I know that she had to go back to those sentiments as she was harassed about Juan. Okay. I didn't want to say harassed, but she was a little bit harassed. Okay. Now, the only thing that she had, well, not the only thing, the most recent tweet that Robin had, because she's another one that didn't tweet about the reunion, which is interesting to me, you know? And it's also coincides with who I believe can go. The ones who didn't tweet and didn't say nothing about the reunion, they are the ones I said can go. Ashley can go. She didn't tweet nothing. And Robin can go. She didn't tweet nothing. But I just thought that her last tweet was worth mentioning, which was on September 26th. She said, if I knew about all of the cones and curbs that have been abused by Grace, I would have taken the keys. Also, that same day, she said, no, at the real Candace, don't give her the keys. Okay? But anyway, like I said, Robin, she was moved enough to tweet about Grace driving Candace's car, but not enough to tweet about the reunion or Nicki Minaj, like the fact that that actually made Bravo slash reality TV history. But no tweets, no nothing about that. But about Grace, which is Giselle's oldest daughter, driving the car that day when they had that shady or what was it? Shady or something. I just remember all that mess being shady. So I don't remember what the other thing was. Oh, reasonable or shady. That's what it was. The reasonable or shady party under the tent at the construction zone. She tweeted about Grace driving, but nothing about the reunion. Okay, all right, okay, cool, cool, cool. Wendy said that at this point she's leaking like a faucet. I'd have to agree. She is leaking like a faucet, out of control, crazy with actions and mouth for this entire reunion session. Man, and she totally lost me when she peeked at the cards. Now, looking at her tweets, speaking of tweets, speaking on tweets, speaking about tweets, her tweets. Who tweet? She tweet. But it was retweet central. Okay. It was retweet central right afterwards. Now, everything I've shown you guys was my peek at their tweets right after the reunion. She just retweeted. Okay. But more to come in just a moment. Did y'all see that face? Okay. So here comes Nicki Minaj, all right, with some of the things that she had to say about the ladies after the reunion experience. Wendy and Ashley were both dope and had fun with things that could have been hurtful. Karen is just a natural comedian and queen. She doesn't even try. She does the most without doing a thing. There's something very comforting about her. Good, good aura. She's still shady though, child. People can say what they want about Giselle. I went at her very hard, but I enjoyed her part the most out of what was shown. Because even when the question was super spicy, she gave me real, thought out, honest answers. Love women like that and let herself be vulnerable. Here's where Nikki begins to, be a little messy, but truthful, and I'm glad that she addressed it. Okay, so while we on commercial, it was beyond corny for Wendy to look at my cards on the low. I'm that chick that leaves my money, jewelry, etc. out around people because I just trust everyone is like me and won't violate. I hate when people do sneaky things like that, child. Here's Giselle. All right, so Giselle says, when I moved away, it was like a dark day. Everybody was real sad. Everybody wore black for like 3 weeks. So here's the reason why I chose that, because I feel like she did move away from the reunion. This year, last year, I don't know if it was last year that did her in, but she seems removed. Very, completely unbothered and removed. Um, Honestly, I believe it's because last year she was utterly annihilated by embarrassment pellets. And I think she still got them in her. Okay? She ain't been the same since. She was pummeled with embarrassment pellets. That's what I think. Because even her eyes seem glazed over at some points to where she's just not really there. You know, she is, but she's not. Anyway, she didn't have a whole lot of tweets, but she did, of course, advertise, which I thought all of them was supposed to. Some did, some didn't, but she has the regular, Call of Duty advertisement. Tune in for tonight. But after Nicki Minaj, posted the tweet about Wendy being corny for looking at her cards, Giselle tweeted, and no one has ever or would ever look at Andy's cards. So why do that to Nicki Minaj? Hashtag disrespect. I agree with that, by the way. What Giselle said, that was disrespectful. So I'm surprised. Candice, okay, well, she calls herself Candy Girl. Candace is surprised. The craziest part about that whole performance, quote unquote, was the way the whole room erupted when I finished. You forget how many people are in the room when we're shooting these reunions, and it was sweet that everybody cheered. Everybody cheered. All five of them. The cameraman, Andy, and yeah, my husband, three of them. All of them, they just cheered when I sang. Girl. Okay, so yeah. Which, first of all, I knew she was going to sing. I did see in her body language and voice and eyes, she was nervous as heck. Why? That was weird to me. She puts on a persona. Oh, you know what? I have not pulled out my cards. I have not, and I will not, because this is not about that. But Spirit did just remind me that I have done a reading before on her. Little Man Syndrome Spirit. So I was just getting ready to say I'm shocked that she seemed, shy, afraid, and all of that, bashful almost, nervous when Nikki asked her to sing, because number one, she's always singing on the show. She busts out and sing all the time. She was singing her lines if they would let her. So what's the problem? Um, she defends herself, she's just very loud, rude, mean, disrespectful. So what's the problem? Okay, what's the problem? But I forgot she's a Chihuahua, so Chihuahuas know they little and know that they get they self stomped if they were approached by a formidable opponent. You know what I'm saying? So and yes, Nicki Minaj is someone who knows what she's talking about. She's been in business, so that's where all that came from. So all of that exterior toughness that Candace puts on is just for show and just a trying to intimidate people thing that she has going on. Probably honestly because she's easily intimidated by people who she's mimicking the traits that she's easily bothered and they're saying afraid, easily bothered by. She's mimicking those traits. So when someone shows up and they're like that with her, she cowers almost. All right. Anyway, I wasn't even supposed to this wasn't even like that, but wasn't supposed to be like that. But anyway, that's her tweet. You know, she, they clapped for her after she sang. And Andy was interviewed by people.com, his assistant who works for people.com, and he said that it took a long time before she sang. I believe it. I do. But he said they were holding their breath. Him and the, cameraman was holding their breath, wanting her to sing or waiting, wanting. So when she finally did, I believe that he encouraged everybody. He said, I started clapping for her. I believe, Andy clapped and they clapped. Anyway, but good job. I knew she was gonna sing, and she can sing. She has a beautiful voice. Good job, Candice. Now, here's where I'm not gonna say good job to Candice. She comes in as a response to the previously read tweet from Giselle saying that no one has ever or would ever look at Andy's cards, so why do that to Nicki Minaj? She says that's disrespectful. And it was. So Candace's response is there's a clip somewhere of, I believe it was, Ramona at RHONY reunion holding Andy's cards in her hand, parsing through them while he's sitting there next to her. Find it. That will be all. First of all, Candace, you find it. You find it and you prove your point. It's not up to us to prove your point for you. So get out of here with that BS. Okay? Secondly, I believe what Giselle was saying, and this is just me, when she said no one would ever do it, I think she's talking about that group, that franchise. No one of them would do that. That's how I took it. That's what I think. And I'm willing to bet at least $100 that if anyone were to ask her who were you talking about, she'd say she's talking about the Potomac franchise, okay? Because she can't speak for anybody else. She knows you guys. And she's talking about then and there and the moment, that reunion, not all reunions of history and others to come. So Candace, please, sometimes you should just take a seat. Now, speaking of should be taking seats from the Dillard Bassett clan, honey, Nicki Minaj said this, Candy girl, husband really need to sit his ass down, child. Laughing my fucking ass off. Hashtag RHOP. Of course, this is in reference to Chris coming up and us seeing Chris telling Candy, I'm upset. I'm upset. He was bothered, upset, and just moved very much by what Nicki Minaj asked Candace. Till this day, right now, I'm a little unsure of exactly what it was that bothered him so much. I mean, she asked about her storyline, the singing and the mama and the husband. And it's always been the husband and the mama, always. Husband, the mama, and money trouble. At least I didn't hear her ask about money trouble. But she asked about singing, the mama, and the husband. Everyone else has talked about the singing, the mama, and the husband. Nicki Minaj comes out and asks a question, and all of a sudden you gonna flip your lid? Okay, Chris, that makes absolutely no sense at all. Please, please find some business of your own and mind it. So, I mean, if Chris would have just taken my advice to find some business and mind it, then, I'd be cool with him. But he didn't. So let's take a look at his tweets. He tweeted a lot, actually, and I decided to only bring in two. And his bio description that he has. So first off, let me say this. The reason why I wanted to bring in his bio from Twitter is because he calls himself a minion. I thought that was interesting. Actually, he calls himself a reality TV minion. So, is this his problem? Is it? Because he seems to have a chip on his shoulder. And as you can see at the top to the right, there's a photo grab of him at last year's reunion. He seemed to have a chip on his shoulder as well. He seemed to be angry, easily bothered. Same thing this reunion. It's weird to me. What's going on, Chris? Okay. What's going on, Chris? So here's his tweets. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. And I love that song too. So I was a little irritated that he was using it in this way. Okay. That is my Nina Simone song. But anyway, let me start over. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. And I still got the same energy. Happy to have a wife that loves and supports me the way I will always love and support her. That tweet right there tells me that Chris misses the point altogether. No one's telling him not to support his wife. His other tweet, also want to thank the Barbs for really upping my social media engagement. Just picked up 2 more endorsement deals. Y'all rock. Let me tell you something. If you picked up 2 more endorsement deals, that's great. Why do you feel like you have to announce it? That the announcement of it was weird to me. Not long after the show aired, I went on Twitter and you're boasting about picking up 2 more endorsement deals. So the ink isn't even dry. If you've even signed it yet. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't boast about the and what are the endorsement deals? Where's the commercial at? Where I you know and no, I'm not in the business where I have endorsement deals, although quite honestly, um some people have reached out to me to be an ambassador of certain products, and I have not come across a product that I believe in enough to be a representative of it. So, which is why you guys don't see that. But that's even more of my point. Who does that? Someone who feels like they have something to prove. I didn't know that he acted like her. I had no idea. I was kind of defending him this season, like, cutting some slack because look who he has to deal with. But now I'm seeing your true colors and you act just like her. Okay. And no offense against them intended. I'm just saying what they're acting like. But of course, they'll be back next year because they probably need the money. All right, now let me read some replies from Nicki Minaj's people. I believe they're called the Barbs, okay? So I'm just getting ready to read the tweets. Replying to Nicki Minaj, also, why Chris still running his mouth about you? At the real Candace, get your man. Okay. Chris was never this frustrated when Andy and the women pounced on Candace. It's giving me weird, problematic vibes. I love Candace, and even I didn't think Nicki Minaj was harsh at all. Thicken that skin and keep it moving. She wasn't there to coddle. replying to at Little Pimp Socks and I Came from Jesus, and Nicki Minaj and her husband aren't on a reality show. Okay, so they're saying Nicki Minaj and her husband aren't on a reality show. Chris Bassett is like his wife and loved the attention being on a reality show, making them fair game. Okay. At Nicki Minaj, go live with Chris Bassett. Replying to Nisha C and Chris Bassett and Nicki Minaj. But he ain't playing the long game. Career over temporary feelings. Nicki is in the industry, has a record label. Candy should become her new best friend, but that ship sailed with Chris comments. Here's another Nicki tweet, which I so appreciated. How about you? It says, I forgot to tell you guys, all of the questions were mine with the exception of two. The Eddie Booty model question, and if Giselle and Robin shared a bed in the hotel question, were courtesy of the producer phone call I did with Bravo. Loved the producers. Our calls were hilarious. Thank you, Nikki, for spilling the tea and telling on them. Thank you. We appreciate it. We always knew that they was all up in the background orchestrating, or as they like to call it, producing. Okay? We knew they was behind the mess. Okay? Thank you for confirming it, Nikki girl. Here's a response to that revelation. This tweet says Giselle Robin question was beyond dumb. Girls share beds all the time who aren't having sex. I was thinking, really, Nikki? Glad to know it wasn't your question. And then this looks like a reply. It says replying to Nicki Minaj, we don't care. Now, of course, after that, people ate her up and was like, why you here? Why you here? And it was more explicit than that, so I just chose to spare y'all. Now, next to that is something that I thought was funny. Nikki, every time Candace tries to add in her 2 cents. Now, here it is just the image, but if you actually go on Twitter under the Nicki Minaj tweet stream, I don't know if that's how you say it, but when you click on it, he is chewing gum and rolling his eyes and smacking his lips hard. Okay? I fell out. I fell out. Because, yeah, when she told her, Nikki told Candace, go in the back and get your projector and stay there until I call you. Because Candace kept interrupting. She had that chihuahua energy. All the way up until it was what? Her turn. This was not nice, but it made me kiki a little bit. Honey, this is when Nicki Minaj asked Ashley, about if she had $100 million when she met Michael, would she still have been with him? And Ashley said yes, because this, that, and the other. And then she said that she was attracted to him and is attracted to him very much. So Nikki asked, what were you attracted to? Honey, the look on Ashley's face. Baby, I died laughing. Okay, here we are at the fans' sweet tweets. So we have here from one person, Nicki Minaj on RHOP reunion is literally the most entertaining thing I've seen on TV all year. Another fan says, me calling Andy to request that my sis Nicki Minaj gets her own show. Okay. And lastly, we have the RHOP cast reacting to Nicki Minaj's comments at this reunion has me on the floor. All right. And of course, there were many, many more like these. Now, here, your eyes are looking at two women from Potomac who are not loving each other. They're not feeling each other. And quite frankly, I don't understand why, but they battle it out in the tweets. So, at first, immediately when I looked, Let me tell you something. These newbies miss the mark by marking each other, okay? I don't get this petty made up beef that doesn't really exist. It's not really there. Allow me to show you what I'm talking about through tweets. So, on or about and around this four-part reunion, they tweet each other. So, a Scala begins, and it's about Mia's text to Jizzy and Robin. Okay, so remember all of that text about her. Basically, she was riding for Karen when Jizzy, wanted to meet with Mia alone without Karen, and Mia texted her and said, I can have anybody I want, contact my secretary to make an appointment, all of that. So she was asked about that, I believe at the beginning of the reunion. Anyway, okay, no matter when she was asked, if she was asked, whatever, this is a scholar's response to it. And she's saying, let's not confuse direct with rude. That was very rude. Mia responds, nice try, friend, quote unquote. You were driving on the wrong side. I didn't get to where I am today by being delusional, quote unquote. Next season, roll with the real bosses. You'll get more screen time. No shade. Okay. Love you though. To which a scholar responds, I'm praying for you. And that skin, friend, quote unquote. To which a scholar promptly deletes it, but you know how it is when you put something out there on the internet and all of that. We still got it. So she goes a little low and talks about her skin. Okay. Why do that though? So Mia responds, I thought it. Sis, you going to tell me you own several businesses, but you have time to box some $20 hats? Now, who's delusional? Okay, I'm done. A scholar responds and says, I'm going to take the high route. Love y'all. Good night, loves. Okay. So maybe that's why she deleted the I'm praying for you in that skin, friend, because she decided she was going to take the high route. Okay, I always thought it was high road, but whatever. You could take a route, a road, whatever. And then people replied to her saying, you have no other choice. Mia will chew you up. You should have just minded your own damn business. They didn't say damn, I did. Someone else says to her, she should have minded them businesses she claims she got. Then maybe she can stop working for Robin. LOL. Honey. Okay, so yes, I do feel like a scholar should not be trying to match shade with Mia. I do feel like she's not in the same league as the shade. Okay? A scholar cannot match Mia's shade. All right. Which is evident in these tweets. I don't even know why she tried it. So, moving right along. Now, if this ain't thirstiness, I don't know what is. And that's the nicest way I can say it. But, that night, during the day, during all of that, during the reunion, rolling on television, the tweet, 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 tweet. I think this is about 10 that we're looking at, 9 or 10, and there were more, but this is all I wanted to show you guys. A scholar was tweeting her ASS off, okay? No shade, but she seems like she is so thirsty. The people who was actually on the television didn't tweet this much. Okay, so she made up for all of the. Some of them didn't tweet at all. Hello, Ashley. Hello, Robbie. Okay. Some of them didn't tweet at all that day, that night, that nothing. Some of them didn't even advertise it and say, hey, tune in. Okay. She made up for all of that. She tweeted so much, I think she broke it. I think Twitter died. Okay, rest in peace, Twitter. Okay, a scholar killed you. Jeez. While on the other hand, somebody had their mind on their money and their money on their mind. Okay, because when I looked that night, all Mia had at that time was check out our 9-wick silver grand Buddha candle. The budget is not low. Now, what is low down is the fact that she is showing a picture to you guys of that big old huge candle right next to a chair. Don't y'all know, and we all know, and we can see that it would catch on fire? How would that not catch on fire? Now that's low. That is low down. To sit up here and show an image that suggests that that's a reasonable thing to do. To put that big old candle that's the size of a wastebasket right next to your chair. Mia, now that's low down. Now here we have Nikki again with next day thoughts. Now this is funny because I didn't even think to look on the next day, but I'm glad I did. Okay, so next day thoughts from Nicki Minaj. Me and Robin are the friend that's gon' amp a bitch like me up all day by just sitting there looking cute and laughing. I'll keep going just to keep making them laugh. Plus, I know when I tag them in, they gon' roast TF out of YouTube. Like, Karen be so subtle, but so shady. Then Ashley, puzzled face. Yo, I see why they were chosen. They really had me rolling after the fact. And then there's an image from someone else saying, everything about this has me hollering, which is the facial expressions of the women on the fire couch. Next day thoughts, Nikki continues. I got in Mia's ass. Pause. About things I really wish made the show. I asked a couple hours of questions, and only about half hour of it with commercials could really be used due to time. On top of that, Wendy cut me off when I had a spicy point to make. Now y'all know, or maybe you don't. Now you do. Mia had to tweet a response. Mia's tweet is, let me be nice. I just don't like it when peeps be making statements that aren't true. I don't play those games. I don't care who you are. And that's in response to Nikki's next day thoughts about getting into Mia's ass. So I suppose Mia's saying that she didn't get in her ass. Okay. Um, so a fan responded to Mrs. Mia Thornton, yes, you definitely have, and Barb's definitely appreciated it. How you're reading it may not be how she's saying it. You had a good reunion. Let's not ruin it. Let's just talk it out, ladies. Don't let the rudeness of these other people influence your opinion on Nikki. Well said, Monster XOVO. Lou has something to say. Miss Mia Thornton, you make it sound as if she came for your integrity or something. I wish they would have aired what else Nikki talked about, the full 2 hours. She was shady with all of you, and y'all were kikiing then. Peeps, clearly not. Now, right here, Dr. Wendy Osefo came along and had something to say. There's nothing wrong with having your hand in multiple pots. Candles available now. And then .com, whatever. Go buy them at the .com. All right. She puts where you could buy them out and click on the link. So this obviously is in reference to Nicki Minaj saying that she was surprised that she went from CNN to candles, which I don't think, you know what, it can be taken a lot of different ways. However, the way that I took it was simply saying that those are two different lanes. That's how I took it. Now, Dr. Wendy Osefo wanted to reply to Giselle's tweet. No one has ever or would ever look at Andy's cards. Okay, that was just so disrespectful to Nikki. Dr. Wendy's response is, you are so bothered. You don't tweet all season, but dust your little Twitter fingers off for little old me? Go to sleep, Turkey Nick. The season is over. Why she call her Turkey Nick? Mm-mm. Name calling, name calling. Alrighty, well, who's next? Honey, who's next is shouts out to Urban Bell. They said Nicki Minaj wasn't here for the criticism she received from RHOP husband Chris Bassett over her questions for Candace Dillard. Yes, I totally agree with that. 100,000%. And my opinion on that is that that was highly ridiculous, and I would like for him to what? Find some business and mind it of his own. Okay? To my knowledge, he has his own business. He tweeted that he has 2 more new endorsements because of the Barb's engagement. Okay, go mind it. It didn't make any sense. Upset for what? iHeartRadio says, can we get Nicki Minaj on every Housewives reunion? Applause, applause, applause. Okay, it says Nicki Minaj gets straight to the T. Yeah, she did, and I appreciate that. So here's my second channel announcement. Drum roll, please. Alrighty. So Laughing While Logic will be where I am going to put all of my content for entertainment purposes. And this channel right here will remain tarot and will be tarot only. Okay? So I feel like I just heard a collective sigh of relief. It originally was tarot and it still will be tarot. I am all about tarot. I will never stop tarot. Okay? That's me, who I am, and that's who I am in my heart. And I appreciate everyone for your support and your patience along this journey. And there's just other things that I want to do, like reviews and little shows and projects that I have, and I'm lining them up, and they're happening more and more now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and split this and thank you guys for coming along with me. And if you have enjoyed my reviews and whatnot, because I am going to begin to review not only shows but movies, and like I said, I have some things in mind to make you guys laugh, and they'll be short and sweet. I'll have guests on there. All of that will be on Laughing While Logic. Okay? I'll let you know as soon as that channel is premiered. I'll let you guys know. But again, thank you so much for coming along with me. It means the world to me. You guys' support means the world to me. This has been a news break quick bite by Indigo Sage. And you know what? It wasn't that quick. So my apologies. But at the same time, this is a perfect example of why I need separate channels, because I probably would have called this something else on Laughing with Logic, okay? But right now, on this channel, since I've already introduced the News Break Quick Bite, that's what I threw it under, all right? Thank you again, and don't forget to click like and subscribe. Bye!